Welcome to the Alpine Rose, or as my wife would say, Alpa Rose. This is episode 4 of season 2, Drilling the Well. Part of building your own house is being your own contractor, or general contractor, and trying to schedule different components to happen in order and in a timely manner. I contracted in spring to have the well dug, and here it is September. We went with a company out of Arvada, Colorado named James Drilling. We had a local provider that drills wells, but he would not return calls, so go figure. I kept calling so I could get an ETA of when they might be there, but all they could tell me is 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, but that was in July. They called me the night before and said, "We can be there tomorrow morning." I said, "I'll be there." So, X marks the spot, start drilling. So part of planning the well is deciding where it's going to be. Most of the choices are driven by how far away it's got to be from the septic. It has to be 100 feet away from any septic component. The drilling process is very long and very noisy. So everybody on my block, or everybody within a mile, knew what was going on. I was impressed by the way they set up. They started drilling. It was real no nonsense, so I just stayed out of the way. Approximately 40 feet away, they dug a ditch so they could spray the tailings and the drill dust into. Our property is about 5 miles away from a very heavy mining district and major gold find in the Colorado Mountains. The town is known as the richest square mile on earth. With that said, I tried panning out some of the tailings and never did find anything. They hit water at 100 feet and kept drilling to 280. It said it was 7 gallons per minute. This clip actually shows the first sign of water pumping out. Here we have the Alpine Rose Lake. I can't wait to taste that water. In talking with the crew, they said all the wells in the area come out looking just like that. Once the sediment settles, you'll be fine. They packed up all their equipment, they loaded everything, they cleaned up the area around it, they did a great job, and then they left. For some reason, I thought when they were done, I would actually have water. Boy, was I wrong. I made a call to their office and asked them, what's the next step? They said, you need to contact someone else to have the well sunk and to have the electrical. So I'd been living in the motorhome since about May 25th, and every time I needed water, I would either take the motorhome or get jugs of water to the closest campground, and I would do my dumping there and refill the water, or I'd just bring water from their water supply. After paying $9,000, I really expected to have some water. So I sat back and started looking at my options. This was the most fun I'd had in quite some time. Meanwhile, winter decides to show up and the nights start getting much colder. I decided I need to start worrying about keeping warm. The garage had no heat except for possible electric heaters, and that's what we were using in the motorhome. So I went ahead and started putting my stove in. If you haven't bought single wall and double wall stovepipe in a while, or a thimble to get through the wall, it's amazing how expensive that is. But we got the heat put in. I finally had a plan for getting water to the property. I found a company that can supply me with the pump, the electrical, the hose, everything I needed for 220 feet. How far is 200 feet? I show you. There's the pump. It's going down inside the well. There's the torque arrestor. Got our wire on there. Got our safety rope. Here's another do-it-yourself moment. From all the research I'd done, these are all the components I need, along with a new breaker on the electrical box so I could turn on power to get water. Okay. All right. Yep. I did drill a hole about 6 feet down from the top and the hose below the cap so that this thing would drain and avoid freezing. Wow, what a major win. Now we can get water whenever we need it. Now all I needed was 200 feet of garden hose and disconnect the water whenever I'm not using it and roll it up. Thank you for watching.